Real Madrid are one of the world's strongest football clubs. From 2014 alone, they've won 4 league titles, 4 Spanish Super Cups, and 5 Champions Leagues. Do you know how mad that is? And that got me curious, guys. How many trophies could I win with Real Madrid in that time frame? So today we're going to find out as for the next 10 years, I'm going to be Real Madrid's new manager. The goal is to win as many trophies as humanly possible with them and make them the most dominant team in Europe. But the takeover wheel is back to make my life either a lot easier or a living hell. So here is the squad we've loaded into in Season 1 with Real Madrid, and let's be honest guys, this team is just unbelievable. They've got Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde, Vinny Jr, Thibaut Courtois. With those 4 players alone, they can bag you trophies left, right and centre. My only real concern guys is this team is a pretty aging side, ladies and gents, so at some point soon we're going to have to sort this out. I mean, we do have some world class talent who are quite young as you can clearly see, but most of our highest rated players are in their 30s. But the good news is financially we are absolutely golden as we've got 226 million euros to begin Season 1 with. But as you can see from the leaderboard, Man City are the team to beat with a whopping 29 trophies. But in real life, this Real Madrid side actually knocked Man City out of the Champions League, so if anybody can beat Man City on that leaderboard, it is going to be Real Madrid. But not with their original formation, instead we're rocking the 4-2-3-1 wide variation. And I'll be real, I don't know how Real Madrid play in real life, so I'm going to use the wing play tactical vision because we've got Vinny Jr and Rodrigo, so it just makes sense. And prior to making any signings, this is our strongest starting 11 going into Season 1. And realistically, the only issue we've got is our striker Joselu, who's 82 rated granted, but he's 33 years old and also on loan to us right now. But with this money guys, we can easily sort that striker position out. However, we haven't yet spun that wheel, and we all know how quickly that wheel can turn our season upside down, so let's go to it to see what it has in store for us in Season 1. At the start of Man City's takeover, it wasn't very kind to us. Is it going to be kind to us this time? Free pass. Oh my god, we can do what we want. That's an amazing start. And considering I just told you I want a better striker than Joselu, I'm pretty certain you guys know exactly what I'm going to do. I've signed Kylian Mbappe for 173.7 million. He's one of the best players in the world. He's actually heading to Real Madrid in real life, so realistically guys, it just makes sense. But I'm also going to be sending all these players out on loan because whilst they are pretty good and got a lot of potential, right now they just don't fit into the starting 11. But with us signing Kylian Mbappe in Season 1, things have just got very interesting. We may actually stand a chance of beating Manchester City on that leaderboard. And it is a great start, ladies and gents. We've dominated La Liga this year, 14 points clear top of the table. But we did lose to Barca in the Super Copa. But we did win the Copa de España, so that's the double. But we couldn't replicate what they did in real life as we got knocked out in the quarters of the UCL. But Kylian Mbappe is the real deal, guys. Just look at how many goals and assists he got in Season 1. 170 odd million with every penny. But as I said at the start of this season, we've got an age problem, guys. Just look at Luka Modric, for God's sake. He's 38 years old. But the starting 11 is the polar opposite, guys. It's a young team and it's a world-class team as well. I just hope that will continues to be on our side because we might actually beat Man City at this rate. But before we get to Season 2, did you know I'm racing Raman to 100,000 subscribers this twerp right here, and I just cannot let him beat me. So if you're enjoying this video so far and you're new around here, smash that subscribe button and leave a like on this video to help me beat Raman to 100k. But it is now time for Season 2 of Real Madrid. We're spinning the wheel once again and it is inevitably landed on a bad one. Bad ownership, half your budget for the next 5 years. Ah, come on man, really? I mean, it's still a good budget, 184 million euros. It's just a pain in the backside to change it every goddamn season. But I do know where to put this money. Dani Carvajal is 32 years old now, and despite him being one of our best defenders, that age of his is going to catch up with him this year or next. So I'm going to replace him with a player I very rarely use on career mode, Jeremy Frimpong from Leverkusen. He's only 23, a fantastic right back, killing it at Leverkusen in real life, so he's the perfect fit for Madrid in my opinion. And just like that guys, for 109.4 million, he now plays for us. I've also decided to sign Joelinton for 40 million euros just to add a little bit of youth quality and depth to our midfield. And I think this team looks absolutely world class, ladies and gents, and honestly I think we're on track to having one of the most successful and best takeovers we've ever had. But then again, I could be speaking a bit too soon as we haven't this time won the league. But we did, however, win the Supercopa. And we've also won the Copa de España again. But we got knocked out by PSG in the UCL semi-finals, man. How haven't we won this competition yet, by the way? I mean, look at the team, for goodness sake. What more do we actually have to do? And our stats speak for themselves, man. Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, and Kylian Mbappe all banging at least 30 goals in individually. That's actual insanity. By the way, let me know in the comments who you think is going to be our top goal scorer and top assister. I think Mbappe is going to be our top goal scorer. As for assisters, I think that's going to be between Rodrigo and Vinny Jr. But we're now 2 seasons in with Madrid with 4 trophies, and if I remember correctly, that's exactly where we were with Manchester City. But we've got a long way to go with this Real Madrid team. I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think. Especially, ladies and gents, when the wheel is involved, anything can happen. What is hard work pays off. This looks pretty good. Increase the rating of your 3 lowest rated players in the starting 11 by 3. That's actually fantastic. And unbelievably, Frimpong falls into that category, so does Antonio Rudiger, and so does Ferland Mendy. And the best thing is, even after halving our budget, we've got 152 million to spend, and I know exactly where we can put that money. I just spent 91.6 million on Victor Boniface, who's only 24 years old, a very goddamn good player. We needed a better secondary striker, and he fits the bill for us. I mean, we had Juan Latas, who's 24 years old and 77 rated. We desperately needed somebody better, just in case anything happens to Mbappe. But with the team looking this damn good going into Season 3, and the subs bench looking this good as well, I am definitely expecting this to be the season we finally get our hands on the Champions League. Apparently not though, guys. We got knocked out in the round of 16 by bloody Manchester City. Why do I feel like this is going to be the one trophy we just can't win? We didn't even make it to the finals of the Copa de España. Bloody Elche knocked us out in the round of 16. But we have once again won the Supercopa for the 3rd season in a row. And we've won the league title once again in very convincing fashion. It literally is just the Champions League we can't win. And I find it crazy that so far in this takeover, these are the worst stats we've had, and yet they're still absolutely fantastic. But I might have just found out why we didn't do well in the UCL. Mendy's been injured for the last 2 months with a torn hip flexor. Who knows how long he's been injured with that, so we might not have had him against Manchester City, and that might have ultimately decided the tie. But if anything, guys, we're doing very well and staying consistent. We've won 2 trophies every single season so far. We've just got to keep this going until the very end of this takeover. Let's see if the wheel is actually going to let us, though. What is cheapskate? This doesn't sound good. Only sign free agents. Oh, that's just friggin' fantastic, isn't it? Let's be honest, no matter who is in that free agents list, they are not even going to come close again into either the starting 11 or the subs bench, so honestly, this might be a waste of time. Guys, I have been looking through this free agents list for ages, and I haven't found a single player that can fit into the starting 11 or the subs bench, or even the reserves for that matter. I mean, you know the free agents list is quite poor when there's no good centre forwards to choose from, man. The highest one's 72 rated, for goodness sake. Now, up to this point, we've won 3 doubles in a row. Let's just hope this time we can finally get our hands on either the treble or even maybe the quadruple. And this is the start we were after. We've once again won the league title. We are back-to-back Spanish champions. And we've won the Supercopa for what I believe is the 4th time in a row. I think we haven't lost this competition yet. But we've had a stinker in the Copa de España. Bloody Real Betis knocked us out. And we came so close to our first final with Madrid, man. Bloody Inter Milan. You've got to be kidding me. And we didn't even lose to the best team in the world, man. Bloody Man City beat them in the final. I can't believe with these stats we've only won the double again, man. Look at Mbappe, for God's sake. 42 goals and 6 assists in 53 games. That isn't human. I don't know what more we have to do to win the Champions League with this team, man. There's only one player in the entire starting 11 who's not 90 overall. I'm just hoping that as we spin the wheel for Season 5, we don't get shafted by the wheel. Oh my God, watch rewind time, mate. 3 players of your choice, 10 years younger, but mate, no signings. That is absolutely amazing. But looking at the team, guys, I feel like I've been a little bit misled because there's only a couple of players who are 30 years old or above, which kind of makes this quite easy for me. Because I'm going to make Courtois 25 years old, Antonio Rudiger 24 years old, and Ferland Mendy 22 years old. By doing this, guys, we basically solve our age problem in one go just like that, and we don't have to worry about it for a good 2 or 3 years. And in one swoop, guys, we've now got one of the best and youngest teams in the entire goddamn world, man. For all of its faults that Wales got, it can come in clutch for us sometimes, can't it? Let's just hope that this is the year we finally get our hands on that Champions League, because I feel like we're definitely overdue winning that that competition. But before we get to the UCL, we have got our hands on yet another league title, and that's trophy number 1 of Season 5. Made that the double because we've won the Supercopa. And we've won the Copa de España, which makes that our first treble with Real Madrid. And it's looking good in the UCL. We've topped our group stage with flying colours. And we smashed OGC Nice in the round of 16. And we demolished Dortmund in the quarters. And we've smashed Juve in the semis. We're playing Barca in the final. This is going to be so poetic if we win our first Champions League with Madrid by beating Barca to do it. But let's see if they can, ladies and gents. If we win this, it's our first quadruple. And we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. 3-1 on the night. We've won our first UCL with Madrid and our first quadruple of this takeover. And I really aren't surprised, man, because these stats are absolutely incredible. And honestly, it's about goddamn time we won more than 2 trophies a season. And that means going into the last 5 seasons of this takeover, we are actually ahead of where Man City were at this point. So if we keep this going, we're going to surpass Manchester City and then some on the leaderboard. But as we head into the second half of this takeover, there is more bad on this wheel than good. And it looks like we've got a transfer ban. Make no signings in this season. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well, it's pointless hanging around at the start of the season whilst we can't do anything to the team. So let's go to the end of it to see how we've actually done. It's a good start, guys. Despite a transfer ban, we've won yet another league title in convincing fashion. But for the first time in this takeover, we haven't actually won the Supercopa. Nor have we won the Copa de España, as Osasuna knock us out in the round of 32. Honestly, guys, this isn't a good sign. But we have indeed won the Super Cup, so that's the double. And we've once again won the Champions League. That's back-to-back UCLs, and that is the treble secure. And is it any surprise we've won the treble with these players, man? Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, those stats are just ridiculous. And I've just this second noticed Mbappe is now 99 overall, man. I feel like the Erling Haaland debate is done and dusted. Mbappe is the better player. And with only 4 seasons left of this takeover now, the team is so goddamn young still, man. Only one player who's over 30 years old right now in the starting 11. As long as that wheel doesn't mess with us, we're good to go. But to be honest, I'm not exactly getting my hopes up all that much. Oh my god, what's bad business? This does not sound good to me. The club is in big debt. Sell 300 million worth of players and don't make a single replacement signing. Oh my god, what the hell is that? 300 million, we can easily do that. That's not the problem we've got. The question is, how do we do this without completely messing up the team? I mean, we're going to have to sell at least 2 of these players because there's no way in hell I'm touching any of these boys in the top 10. But I've just realised why we're in so much debt. Phelan Mendy is making 3.52 million a week. Guys, I'm pretty certain when I renewed his contract, I offered him 352,000 a week, not 3.52 million. I love this game, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense, does it? Now, I have made my decision on who I'm going to sell. Arda Güler is one of them. He's worth 148 million, so I reckon we can get upwards to 180 for him at least. And I'm going to sell Victor Boniface as well. His market value is 105.5 million, so I reckon we can get upwards to 130, 140 for him, and that might just get us the 300 million we're after. And there we go, guys. Arda Güler sold, so that's one player gone. And Victor Boniface is gone as well. Unfortunately, these guys were the ones to bite the bullet in order for us to pay our debt. But as you can see, Güler went for 222.5 million and Boniface went for 110.2 million, so that's over 300 million, and that's our debt clear. And to be honest, we've come off relatively unscathed. I mean, it's only the bench that has really suffered. Everywhere else in the team is absolutely fantastic. Let's just hope that we can continue our dominance in Europe and in Spain. And that's exactly what we've done so far. We are 10 points clear, top of the table, still the best team in Spain. And we've got the double after winning the Supercopa again. But we've once again only made the round of 32 in the Copa de España. I give up with this goddamn competition. But we've got the treble after winning the Super Cup. And we've got yet another quadruple after beating Inter Milan in the UCL final. That's our 3rd Champions League, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And just look at these stats, man. Kylian Mbappe is definitely going to be our top goal scorer, and I feel like Rodrigo is going to be our top assister now at this point. But whilst we are in an amazing place right now, there's still 3 seasons left and 3 spins of that wheel to go. Literally anything can happen. But this is our 8th spin of the wheel as we enter season 8 to this takeover, and it's landed on the worst one. What's this one going to be? Give your 3 best players to Atletico, Barcelona and Liverpool. You choose who goes where, but don't make any signings. That is just not what we were after at this point in this takeover. So that means either Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham and Jeremy Frimpong are leaving alongside Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. That just isn't good. We are going to spin the wheel to decide the 3rd player leaving, and it is going to be Jude Bellingham, man. That is just unbelievably bad. But ultimately, guys, I made my decision. I sent Jude Bellingham to Atletico Madrid, I sent Vinny Jr. to Barca, and I sent Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool just to get him out the way. But after a quick change of formation and proper meddling with the team, honestly, I don't think it looks all that bad. Obviously, there's a lot of quality that we're missing in our attack, but we still got a 97 rated Rodrigo. I still think we're going to have a pretty decent season, but I guess only time will tell. And time has told us it isn't a good start, guys. We've lost the league title after winning it so many times in a row. It looks like losing our 3 highest rated players really has come back to bite us in the backside. We haven't even won the Super Cup either. Oh my god, this is definitely going to be a bad season. We also didn't win the Copa de España, but let's be honest, there's no real shot there, is there? Christ, we've had a stinker of a season. We lost to Villarreal in the Super Cup, but we won the Champions League. How the hell does that work? I'm sorry, how do we lose to Villarreal but beat Juve to win the Champions League? And in fairness, when you look at the stats, you'd have definitely thought we'd have done better than just winning 1 trophy. These stats are ridiculous. And as you can see from the leaderboard, we are still 9 trophies behind Manchester City with only 2 seasons remaining, but mathematically we can still beat them in this takeover. And with there being 2 good things left on the wheel, the odds are actually in our favour to pull this off. What's wheel's choice though? Spin the wheel of leagues and only sign players from the league it lands on. Honestly, this could be 50-50. It could be good or it could be bad. But there's only one way to find out. I am literally praying to the EA gods that it's the top 5. Oh my god, it's the Premier League. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. That's literally exactly what we needed. Because we've got 716 million euros to spend. We no longer have to halve our budget anymore. And with this money in the Premier League, we can definitely take over Manchester City on that leaderboard. So first I spent 97.7 million on Virgil van Dijk's regen, Tom Jacobs. Only 20 years old. He's absolutely world class and he's adding depth and quality to our defence. I then spent 105.3 million on Gabriel Martinelli to become our brand new left winger. And I've saved the best till last, guys. I am bringing Kylian Mbappe back to Real Madrid. Granted he's 32, but he's 98 overall, one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the world, and I want him back. And for 230 million euros on the dot, we welcome Kylian Mbappe back home. And with only 1 spin of that wheel, look at the difference it has made to this Real Madrid team. We've actually got a front 4 that is deadly again. But are these 3 signings enough to not just get us closer to Man City on that leaderboard, but to beat them? And we're off to a much better start than Season 8, guys. We are once again the best team in Spain. And we've won the Super Copa, so that's the double. But we once again failed to win the Copa de España, man. This trophy will legitimately be the end of Real Madrid, won't it? But we demolished AC Milan to win the Super Cup, and that's the treble. And we've destroyed City to win the Champions League, so that is the quadruple, and we still can match Manchester City on that leaderboard. And just look at Rodrigo this year, guys. 49 goals, 18 assists in 56 games. This guy is legitimately world class. But we've got 1 more year left with this Real Madrid team to get as many trophies as humanly possible. And the best thing is, there's only 1 more thing on that wheel, and it's the best one by a mile. Well, I'm going to assume it is. This is gold, the rest were green. What is game changer this time? Unlimited budget, but only sign 3 players. Honestly, right now, there's only 2 players I've got in mind. And you guys might have guessed it. I want Bellingham back at Real Madrid, and I want Vinny Jr. back at Real Madrid. There's no other players I want to spend that money on. And just like that, for the total sum of 723.9 million euros, we brought both of these players back home to Madrid. And just look at the state of this team now, ladies and gents, man. We've never had a better opportunity to beat Manchester City on that leaderboard. The question is, can these guys pull it off? Well, it's a good start, guys. We've won the league for the final time in this takeover, and that's trophy number 1. But we've lost the Super Copa to Sevilla 2-1 in the final. Oh my god. Okay, maybe we're not going to do this after all. We've actually choked it. We haven't won the Copa de España, man. Even if we win the Super Cup and the Champions League, we'll still trail behind Manchester City. And ironically enough, we have indeed won the Super Cup. And we've won the Champions League as well against the same team who we beat to win the bloody Super Cup. Just look at these stats, man. How do these stats not win us more than the treble, man? Mbappe at 34 years old has got 47 goals and 4 assists in 55 games. That's genuinely insane. But this is the team we end this takeover with, man. And what a goddamn team we end it with. This almost is actually better than Manchester City's team. But we do end this takeover with 27 trophies won with Real Madrid, with Mbappe being our top goal scorer and Rodrigo being our top assisting. And that does mean that Real Madrid just fall short on leveling Manchester City on trophies. Manchester City have got 29 and Real Madrid have got 27. It is going to take some doing to beat that record set by Man City. But that is where we're going to wrap up this takeover. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, smash that subscribe button, help me beat Raman to 100,000 subscribers. And if you are still here, guys, you may as well watch this because I guarantee you're going to enjoy it.